Welcome, I'm the Deadwood Jedi. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video, and I have on with me, I'm very happy to say, we have the Leila Fox Nation, the one and the only, Mr. Cold Brew Gaming, as well as Nub Kex. Now, wait, actually, I gotta ask, before we start anything else, Nub, do you like to be referred to as Nub, Nub Kex, Nub Raids, Nub the Amazing? Is there a title that you prefer to
Yeah,
go by?
I don't know. I may have a slight branding issue here. This might not be effective advertisement.
Everybody knows you as Nub, so like you're
Yeah,
already 90% of the way there. I just want to know what you prefer while we're doing this
yeah,
conversation.
yeah. Nub's good. Yeah, my girlfriend calls me Nub. It's all good. Yeah.
Okay, all right. No comment on that. I like it. Cool, excellent. Well, hey guys, we are here because we have Ice Golems coming up. By the time you're seeing this, Ice Golems, the event will be going live in about 2 hours after this video premieres. So make sure to stop by the stream, Deadwood Jedi at twitch.tv/Deadwood Jedi. Anyway, we're going to be streaming there. And we've been having an amazing time so far. Over 1,000 viewers every single stream, which is crazy. We're giving away gems every time. And of course, we have one of the toughest challenges, I think, in Ice Golems, because this is one of the hardest dungeons in all of Raid anyway. But now we're limiting it to only one faction. And that makes things a little bit more challenging than they would be otherwise. Layla's going to be rocking the Shadowkin faction. Cold Brew, if I'm not mistaken, as you can see by the getup that she has on right now. Very appropriate. I'm loving it. And then Cold Brew is going to be rocking the Dwarves, and Nub has the Night Revenants, I believe. Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. So first question I keep asking people is, what is like the biggest challenge that you kind of weren't expecting jumping into this? And maybe Nub, you want to start us off on this one?
Sure. The biggest challenge I think in general for Ice Golem compared to the other dungeons is it's very hard to make a consistent team for Ice Golem. I can reveal right now that my team for this event is absolutely not a 100% success rate team. We're going fully on the randomness here. There are definitely runs where the Ice Golem just murders me. So that's probably the biggest challenge. I'm a little bit worried about going in and getting 3 fails in a row. I think it's unlikely, but it's not impossible. Which adds to the excitement of it, though, as well.
Colbert, you had some thoughts?
Yep, that's the issue with the Ice Golem. If you let the 2 ads live for some reason, you want to be risky and you want to kill the boss on its own. If you're feeling, courageous, yeah, he's gonna one-shot you. He won't hesitate. You have shields? Nope, doesn't care. Boom.
Well, I've been seeing you guys working on these in your private chat, your team chats. I can kind of get a little overview of how things are going. I know you guys have all been working on this. Leila, how has your runs been going for you? You think?
Well, what's really funny is before we started this, the boys and I were joking around about this. Pretty much what Nub said is that this is going to be interesting because of how Ice Golem is. I'm curious to see what's going to happen live because, how many wipes will there be? Will the community find this hilarious and entertaining? Will there be bets on if we're going to go through, if we're going to wipe all? I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I know I've been trying a bunch of different teams, trying some different comps. I have something I think is going to be fun. I think maybe people are going to like it, seeing what ends up happening at the boss. So we'll see what happens. But I know I was telling Nubs that one of my runs wiped as well too. And I was like, wait a minute, I wasn't expecting that, So it's going to be so tricky trying to balance that to make sure that we, try not to wipe on stream.
Absolutely. It's good. That's the tricky part.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah.
Actually, it brings me into my next question. You were talking about, bring some surprises for the community. Like, what is it, obviously working with only one faction, this is something I've been asking everybody about, and the answers are fairly similar, but obviously with Ice Golems, it's a very specific approach that you need to take to be able to beat Ice Golems. Usually people use damage over time stuff like HP burn or poisons rather than, but you can do just straight raw damage if you want. Obviously, there's some risk there with wiping when you do that, but, obviously being limited to one faction, how hard has that been? And how wide have you branched out as far as using champions for this dungeon?
I can answer that first. I mean, the first thing I am gonna say, and I don't think people really know this, is when my team got together, suddenly there was some scheduling conflicts. So
Yes.
all of a sudden, Hell Hades and Jedi are gone, and I'm here, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing Ice Golem and Fire Knight with Shadowkin. That wasn't exactly the intention, but it kind of is what happened.
Mhm.
So instead of, us trying to, refinagle schedules around and trying to have dungeons get moved around, I was like, okay, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take the challenge. We'll just do it instead of trying to throw chaos into all the other competitors. So already it's going to be interesting. And like you said, trying out some different comps, it is quite a challenge. It is quite a challenge. And like I said, I think I have something it looks like it's working so far. Is it fast enough? We're going to have to see. But I'm pretty happy with what I've come up with so far and what I've been working on.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, we're gonna need a behind the music on this one here of like all the shenanigans of trying to schedule everybody and figure out who's gonna be doing which faction, because that stuff has a major impact. And obviously everybody here is extremely busy and taking a lot of time out just to do this. And scheduling is, I think, the biggest hurdle out of all this. And sometimes you get stuck doing a dungeon that maybe your faction isn't perfect for. But I'm really interested to see your results on this because I know you put in some good times and good work on it. Well, no, but how are you finding? I mean, you have the Knight Revenant faction. There's some very strong champions for this in that faction. How's that been going for you?
I think it's actually one of the better factions, I think, for this. So I think the faction stuff is gonna go well for me. I hope. Like you were mentioning, like poisons and stuff. We absolutely have poisons in Knights Revenant. So we'll see. I will say, before the stream started, I can reveal one champion who will show up tomorrow, which is going to be fun, because it's one of the new champions. But yeah, Leila was saying, I loved seeing Shamnath come in on your arena team.
Is she coming?
Shamnath's going to be coming in tomorrow, yeah.
Okay.
I love her.
Sure.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah, she's
love
pretty
it.
strong.
Yeah, I actually need to rebuild the team and just double check everything after the arena stuff. I haven't had a chance to rebuild it yet, because obviously Shamnath is in arenas coming back again. So yeah, but she should be in there, so that's cool. But I'm feeling good. I actually kind of wanted to do Ice Golem. I kind of regret it a bit now in a sense, but I figured Knights Revenant was actually one of my most wanted factions because I actually have a good chunk of the champions there.
That regret of Ice Golem, I feel like everybody goes through that as soon as they start doing the runs on it anyway. Like, I need to do Ice Golem. Oh God, why am I doing Ice Golem?
Yeah, but I was going to be doing Hydra, and then we were trying to, and we knew Scratch would do Arena. And then we were trying to parcel out the other stuff between us. And I said, hey, you know what? I think Nice Rev is going to be great for Hydra if I get them. I think they'll be good for Ice Golem too. So I'm going to do the two. I'm glad that you swapped Ice Golem and Fire Knight, because I cannot imagine how stressful it would have been to come in at the end. And especially if it was like, our team has a chance to win. Don't mess up now, Nubgex. Yeah, go in there. You got two events back to back. We need you to win. Don't let us down. That would have been horrible. So yeah. At least I get this one done first, and then we can see the chaos of Hydra. I chose two of the most chaotic things.
Yeah.
Coldbrew's in a similar position, I think, with Ice Golem Arena. Two of the more chaotic ones right there. Difficult.
Yeah, that's hard. You got them both back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the back-to-back, and I'm still trying to figure out the teams. And unfortunately, I'm missing one of the champions that I wanted to use for this one, Runekeeper. I don't have him.
Oh no!
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know how I don't have him. He's in the index. I don't know when I sacrificed him.
I've been there.
Why I did that?
I think we've all been there.
Yeah. He's not there. He would have been great for just boosting everybody with speeds and increased attack and a short cooldown. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I can do with the remaining ones.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. I keep finding like the individual factions having their own pros and cons. Like, have you guys figured out, like, I know we've had a little bit of a chance to talk to Coldbrew a little bit about this, but like, are there any big things that these factions are missing that you're finding out that maybe you weren't aware of, maybe you were aware of, but are definitely gaps in their skill sets? Oh, Coldbrew, you want to...
I mean, the dwarves don't have a poisoner.
That's a pretty big...
Unless there's somebody hiding in there, but they don't have a poisoner, which helps a ton with the Ice Golem. Similarly to the dragon, although not to that extent, it does still help with damage and getting that down quicker. Yeah. If you have, let's say the Nitro has an AoE poisoner, so it's easier to just bring down everybody, the ads, and not trigger the AOE.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you're missing
We'll see.
Geomancer too. That's got to be a big pain in this
Also,
one.
that one would have helped with the way that it mitigates damage, the perimeter reduction, the deflection, everything. Everything is great on that one. And Trunda, I mean, you must have seen on what kind of damage she can do, where she kills the ad, and then the added damage from her A2 skill just kills the boss with a one shot.
Actually, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's like it can be like a 40-second run if you set it
dang.
up
Wow.
right. Yeah, but yeah, no Trunda.
Not today. Well, Leila, what about the Shadowkin? Because I, it's one of those. It's a very interesting faction. It seems very offensive base. So
Yeah, it's a unique faction, and what's interesting too is talking with with my teammates, talking with the community, is decreased defense is something that's a bit lacking there as far as the AOE, because you really only have two options: is you got Genzen and you got a Boro, and a Boro's conditional. So if you don't have a Genzen, then you have to have an Oboro, and then you have to make sure you bring in other champs that can at least try to lay down the 4 debuff so that she could try to get her AOE decreased defense. So it makes it very interesting, so it's very interesting trying to think that out. And, where does Genzen fit in better than a Boro? Is a Boro better? So it's so interesting trying to figure that out there, because I'm pretty sure they're the only two when I've been going through and trying to scan and see what there is. And then the other one that'll probably come up later for Fire Knight is like turn meter reduction champs. Trying to find champs that have turn meter reduction as well too. It's been a fun challenge trying to find some of these champs to kind of fit in.
well, that's always my favorite part is trying to go against the grain
The
and
challenge part,
beat the
yeah.
challenge. Yeah, that's very cool. What about you, Nub? You notice anything particularly missing from your faction?
Well, all I can say is I'm very thankful that we're on the patch that we are on. If we were not on this patch, it would have been very, very hard. I mean, Shemnath coming in is, as far as I'm aware, the only buff stripper in the faction. So having Shemnath for the arena defense, without that, how do you make Gaius with bombs work? That would have been really tough. And not so much for Ice Golem. I think I'm pretty okay in terms of coverage there. But I can tell you for the Hydra event coming up, again, as far as I'm aware, there is no block buffs champion in the faction, which is going to make Hydra quite a bit harder. Again, luckily, Shemnath might come into that. I'm thinking, I haven't tested it yet because we don't have the proper Hydra rotation on the test server. But buff removal might be important there. And I definitely am very happy Walking Tomb Drang is in there, because otherwise I'd be sitting at that poison cloud, just, arms crossed, like, all right, I guess we just wait out 2 turns for all those heads. No block buffs, no AoE burn. But Tomb Drang's going to help there. For Ice Golem, though, I'm feeling pretty okay. I think I have most of the things I need. Like Cold Brew was saying, I do have some good poison options and other things sort of like that I can possibly bring in, which the other factions might not have. So hopefully that will be an advantage.
Yeah, I can only imagine that it would be. It's gonna be interesting. It sounds to me, I mean, forgive me, but it sounds like Nub's got a bit of a head start on this one. Which is going to be, we'll see how this all plays out. But, Scrunubist is making a bit of a comeback here. CSI, right now, as it stands, the scores are tied there. Actually, I should probably update the website for everybody. But yeah.
Oh, wait, are we tied?
You guys are tied right now with that last.
Oh, no, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's not updated yet. I was looking at it today. It's not updated yet. Arena's not on there.
No stress, Nubs. No stress.
Oh, yeah.
Let me update that for you guys. I should have it pretty soon here. Yeah, no pressure at all. But yeah, how are you feeling about that? Is that putting any more pressure on you, Cold Brew, or you, Leila? I mean, obviously, the goats have been struggling a little bit to start in these first 3. MTG came up pretty big, getting second place in that arena.
He did really good. I was really, really proud of him. And again, we're doing the best we can on our side because of all the weird scheduling stuff that's happened and us having to take what we have to take with the factions we got, kind of a thing.
Of course.
So I think we're still doing really well. And I mean, I'm happy and confident going into this. And again, I just plan on coming in, having a good time, giving it the best show I got. And you know what? If we wipe, the community will get a kick out of it. If we do well, they'll like that too. And all that kind of matters at the end of the day is the community loves this, because if they do, hopefully we can get more events like this in the future. And I think everybody would love to see that.
Yeah, I mean that's my plan. I'm hopeful to continue to do these things. This has been a treat for me. I'm gonna try and get this. I'm gonna try and get this updated real time here as we do this. Let's see if I can't make this happen for you guys. So you can see the scores going on there, and it should be set. Yeah, there we go. Screnubus, CSI,
Whoa,
both with
look at
11
that. You guys are
medals.
tie. Go you.
Ghost Squad at 5. Yeah, it's very very interesting. Well, this is great. I just obviously thank you guys for coming on here. Is there anything like you want to share as far as like this event goes, the overall event, or any of the challenges you guys have been going through? When you've been doing this. I don't know if maybe Leila, you want to start us off here.
As far as the challenges,
basically, anything, whether it's about, working with the Shadowkin faction, working with the challenges themselves, just doing the faction games as a whole, or anything else that you just kind of want to share.
Oh, I gotcha. I think overall, like this has been such a fun event, and a lot of people don't get to see, like you guys don't get to see the behind the scenes. You guys watching this, there's so much work going in behind the scenes, and everybody that's involved truly has been amazing. Like you might see some funny things, like some joking, like trash talk and stuff on that actual live stream, but behind the scenes, it's really good. Like everybody's been amazing. Everybody's supportive. People even, try to help each other that probably shouldn't, but it's just because that's just how this community is. And that's what I think makes these kind of events successful and why people show up as much as they do. Like you said, Deadwood, you're getting over like 1,000 people tuning in because people are not only just loving the events, I think they're loving all of us together and just everything that we bring, all the synergies we have, all the humor, the fun. It's been really, really amazing. And challenge wise, it is a major time commitment for people that are like, watching this here. There's a lot that's going into it, a lot behind the scenes, but in the end, I think it's going to be worth it. And it's going to be a really good show for everyone that's been watching overall.
Yeah, I've been really appreciative of all you guys just, really volunteering your time to be a part of this and do this, because I know how much time it takes to build any one team and make it good. It takes a lot of time and effort, and you guys have all really stepped up, and I've been impressed with every single one of the builds so far. Colbert, you got anything you want to add to that?
No, I totally agree with anything. These kind of things really bring out the creativity of us creators.
Yeah.
This is why I love doing these competitions more than anything. After 3 years of just playing Raid, things can get boring, to be brutally honest. And these things bring back the excitement for Raid. It's the team building that you do. It's so much fun, and I just want to see how it's going to play out with the dwarves.
I'm
I'm
really
still figuring
intrigued.
it out. Still figuring it out.
What about you, Nub? You got anything you want to add at the end here?
Yeah, two things. Number one, hope Plarium might, put some cool more faction stuff in the game like this. It's been incredible. It'd be really cool if there was, a way for all the players to get involved as well. So that would be nice. And then the other thing, the more important thing is, man, I wish we could have seen more of those skinwalkers. They were pretty impressive there yesterday.
Yep. That Coronar.
Coronar's a beast. I wish I could have brought 2 in. That would have been even more fun. Yeah.
I was telling everyone before we even started recording that I even told Deadwood that I went in with my dwarves team again to try and beat everybody. And I've beaten the Scratch team, which I lost to. I've beaten the Hades team, which I lost to. But I couldn't beat the Skinwalkers. It was just too strong. I think in my recording that I'm going to post today on YouTube, I think I tried it 3 times. And all 3 times I died. And I was like, nope, that's it. Not trying anymore. I gave up.
The sleeper most OP faction that none of us picked.
Nobody wanted it. I know.
Nobody knew.
No one knew.
All right. Well, hey, last question, guys. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win this thing tomorrow? Where you got your money on?
Whoever doesn't wipe the most.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that's a good.
Okay.
Wait,
I think that's what we're gonna say.
Which faction from ours has the most revives? Wait, I want to think. I mean, Molly has 1.
Or survivability, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Mother Side can put
you
revive
recover.
on everyone. Just saying.
Yeah, Mother Say Bell is good.
Revive on death too.
You're not bringing in
Maybe.
Rector Draft? You didn't want those slow animations to get that best?
Yeah, just
Oh,
killing
she's the
everyone
best,
going
yeah.
every turn.
Nubs, didn't you hear? You're supposed to
Speed.
bring her in. She's the best in that dungeon. Come on
Pure
now.
speed.
Pure speed right there.
Yeah. The nuking Rector Draft, the secret strat.
Well, this seems like the friendliest group of content creators we've had here. Everybody's too humble to say that they're going to win this thing. I appreciate that. Guys, thanks a lot for coming by and talking with us. I think everybody's going to be real excited. This might be the one that I'm most interested to see. Like when I was putting this together, I was like, okay, Dragon, Spider, those are easy, right? Arena will be fun. But Ice Golem, Fire Knight, those are going to be two challenging ones. And that's what we got for you guys this weekend. So I'm really excited to see what you all can bring in this Ice Golem challenge. I think it's going to be pretty interesting, and I think really actually probably the most educational out of all these for people, because people really struggle with this dungeon, and we're going to probably see a couple different approaches to it, which I'm pretty intrigued by. So thanks again for coming by. Make sure go subscribe to Leila Fox Nation, to Cold Brew Gaming, to Nub Raids. Is that right? Nub Raids?
Yeah, Nub Raids.
Nub Raids. Go subscribe to Nub Raids. I have all their information in the pinned comment down below. Same with the whatever description of the video. So make sure to go check that out. Thank you guys again for coming by and being a part of this. I mean, obviously couldn't do this without you, and the community loves it. And
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, guys.
Thank you,
cheers, dude.
Deadwood.
Great.
Thanks so much for doing this.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, till next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.